Hello, YouTube, and welcome to an Ordrak journey. My name is Drew, also known as Kythik. Thank you for watching the video. And today what I'm bringing you is Carino 3 Armor Stacker, one of the premier builds of Season 10 Torchlight Infinite. Currently, I am already at 4090. Well, I'm above 4093, but I'm going to start with the journey at 4093. So 4093 is what I started before I made some changes last night. Things that you can see, obviously, I mean, I have not value tested additional damage versus tenacity blessings. Generally, adding another multiplier in is a good thing, but hey, well, we can test that out at some later point in time. These were just the best rings for the market, but that has not been value tested. I want to be completely upfront about that. Big thing also you're going to see is that adding new multipliers in is often a good thing. Also, you probably want to get to the 10 horizontal projectiles. I still have not value tested that to see if that's going to reducing that and putting something else in there is going to be better or not. And as you can see, I don't have elimination or any currently, which also maybe I want to add that in now. I don't have any eliminate or call in currently because I swapped it out for numb shenanigans using blazing bullet, numb stacks, the multi-projectiles sequence. We're going to get to that in a moment again because I did a whole journey of multiple things that were not successful, and I ended up right back where I began after spending probably about 10,000 FE. It was a fun time. Sacrifice in 3 birds. 3 birds may or may not be the right choice. It does give an additional damage multiplier, which adding a multiplier is probably the only reason why it's going to outdo anything else. If this wasn't here, just those, I really question if that would be enough to outdo static. So unfortunately, I gave my static and sacrifice pedigree to a chatter at a reduced price, so I don't have the ability to test that. Armor sequence is restrain. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Manually casting, archery bond, aim, and timid because the class does not have the ability to trigger them during the DPS window. So those are all manually casted. And then you got selfishness in because I'm having the restrain on there. This ends up being a increase. I don't remember how much off the top of my head, but this ends up being an aura effect increase. So that's why I went that way. And it was a substantial increase when I was doing my original Ordrak push. Some of these codes may be available in the creator builds too. Anywho, 4093. So what did I do after that? Well, after getting 4093, I added in, unfortunately, I have a broken monitor, so bear with me. I'm trying to look at things through my OBS screen. Anyway, so I added a second medium in. So I put the second medium in. Right now, Great Library is in. This is a placeholder because these are like 100 FE. After you spend, the 40 to 50K for the 2 medium, and then you only have 100 FE to spend on. There's probably a joke there, all right? So point and laugh is probably okay. Okay, so originally I had in the acuteness focus Kismet. Acuteness focus Kismet currently does not function the way that it states, whether that is a mistranslation or that is a specific bug. So what it doesn't do is it doesn't actually give one the buff. It has a visual indicator that you have the buff. It has a 100 stacks of the buff, but the buff does not actually do its cycle up. It just continues to stay there. You also do not get the explosion or whatever the actual effect is. On top of that, now this is the really sad part, one does not get the additional damage. So it doesn't actually give you a multiplier. It doesn't count as the buff. So when I was planning on going 3-eyed, Echidna doesn't help. So going 3-eyed is no longer the play. I am currently testing Wraith. Wraith was originally 20 points. I am not sure if Wraith is going to outdo as sources of new multipliers, new damage. I'm not sure if this is going to be outdone by a 5 micro setup or not. Having pushed Ordrak previously with the strength stacker, more multipliers were a better way to go than make bigger multipliers slightly bigger. Like already giant multipliers slightly bigger. So I'm not sure about that. Currently I'm using double damage because that should be the best thing to do until you hit your double damage cap for the price. Aura effects aura effects micros are very expensive. Again, I'm a poor boy. I can only spend 100 FE on my Kismet. Anywho, so after I replaced the Kismet, I put in Star Chasing, or not Star Chasing, and I put in Great Library. I saw a substantial increase. This is what, like 10% damage multiplier. It stacks, it's not multiplicative, okay? So this is gonna be a 10% damage multiplier. Then I saw a damage increase. Cool. So then I put in all of the double damage micros. That brought me between, unfortunately I didn't take snapshots, and I wish I would have, of the Great Library before the double damage micros were put in, but at the end everything was 4117. And then someone was like, hey, why this? And I'm like, well, because two things. It gives you a new multiplier. It's like a 17% damage multiplier. Okay, a new multiplier, good. We went over that earlier. So, new multiplier. Also, it makes other multipliers bigger. And they're like, are you sure about that? I'm like, well, right? No, Drew, because you don't read well. If you're in my chat ever, don't believe that lie. They're going to let you know it. It's just an honest, easy mistake. They're going to keep saying that I don't read, okay? But this is just an honest, easy mistake. If you see this right here, it says excludes projectile quantity and split quantity provided by the skill itself and link support skills. Anyway, so link support skills includes skill is supported by, oh my god, Drew. Anywho, so dude was like, hey, this, and I'm like, oh shit, you know what? Okay. But if you go through the Discord, this was on the official Discord in the Carino 3 or the Carino chat, you'll see, you know, as we were going back and forth, and I'm like, I think it's still going to be better because it's a new multiplier, but whatever, I'll give it a shot. So we're starting at 4117. Remember that. Nothing else changes, okay? There's no other changes anywhere. I definitely am not a pro at Ordrak. There's variance on aim uptime and all of that, okay? So I run a whole bunch of them. I stay at 4117. I haven't run any more with the best setup that I had there. So we swapped this out, okay? I don't know. I spend like 5,000 FE, 10,000 FE total swapping back and forth. Okay, so first we go what? I hit dude says precise projectile aura. I'm like, okay, cool. We try precise projectile aura because he's like, that's gonna be better. I'm like, I don't think it's gonna be. I mean, maybe making two multipliers bigger is better. You would think, right? You would think increasing two things on here would be better. But here's the problem. One of these things don't actually get increased. I'm all but certain the projectile speed roll on here is not increased by, or at least was not being increased whatsoever by the precise aura mod. I don't know if the skill, or sorry, if the mod itself, the sequence, if it's broken or what, but I went down what I would expect to go down. Okay, I gained like 10. I was at 4,000 something, like 4,001. Okay, I was at 4,001 ish with the double damage, or sorry, without the double damage. I put on the double damage, brought me to 417, something like that. So I gained like 8 points. I gained like 10 points. Okay, let's say 10 points. Adding a 10% multiplier with Great Library gave me 10 points, which is about what I would expect. So somehow I lost 27 points. Let's say maybe it would be closer to like 35 points. If I played like perfect and I had perfect aim up time when I went to the other sequence. Now, the other sequence, for those of you who are wondering, I mean, again, I apologize, I can't see anything. Let's see, here we go. Weapons, pistol. Wow, dude. Q and the X are nowhere near each other. There we go. We'll put that one. All right. Last one. So the reason why I'm wondering if it doesn't, if there's a problem, one, maybe it doesn't work, or two, the minus 20% additional projectile sealed mana compensation is such a negative that it, due to the interaction with lone walkers, it ends up actually like negating itself, or being enough of a negative that it was 27 points on the low end. The best I did with it was 4090. So yeah. Anyway, 4090 was the best I did, and then I swapped and I went to the damage per armor. The best I did on that was 4100, multiple runs, and then I swapped back, and this is where J-Beck is going to be unhappy with me, and then I swapped back to main skill is supported by multiple projectile, all within, it was probably like closer to 8,000. It was less than 10,000 at least. So, but still, in the end, this was better. That is what I found personally. I don't know if anyone out there will find differently. Build codes will be available down below in the description. You can catch me at twitch.tv/KythikX. Also a link in the description. You can also follow me, Pro Builds, Quick Builds Creator, and here we go, popular. Or you can also type my name in. I'm not as popular as those guys, but I mean, I wish. But I'm up there. We got 48 followers. Kythik28, you hit follow, and you will be able to get the most recent updates every single time I push. Thank you very much for joining me. Goodbye.